Aloha and good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to this Hawaii News Now special stream. We want to take you live to a news conference happening over at the Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency in Hilo, Hawaii. That's where we find state DLNR officials releasing their drought and wildfire outlook for 2023. Let's go ahead and listen in.
Years on an island other than Oahu. Appreciate Hawaii County Civil Defense and Administrator Talmadge Magno and all the Hawaii Island participants for joining us today. This is a virtual news conference because two of our speakers, Derek Rowe from the National Weather Service and Elizabeth Pickett from the Hawaii Wildfire Management Organization, will be joining us virtually. If you're participating online, please keep your cameras off and your mics muted, and when we get to the question and answer period, we'll call on you. Right now, I'll introduce the speakers. First will be Derek Rowe with the National Weather Service talking about the drought condition predictions. Mike Walker, the State Protection Forester for the DLNR Division of Forestry and Wildlife, followed by Talmadge Magno, the Civil Defense Administrator for Hawaii County, and then Assistant Chief Darwin Okinaka of the Hawaii Fire Department, and last but not least, Elizabeth Pickett from the Hawaii Wildfire Management Organization. And with that, we'll turn it over to Derek Rowe, who's joining us virtually.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Derek Rowe from the National Weather Service. I'd like to see, just looking back at the wet season that we had this past year, it was mostly normal to above normal rainfall, and that produced abundant vegetation across the state, and also most of the areas are drought free right now. Now, looking ahead into the summertime, we're expecting this dry season to be below normal in terms of rainfall. So it's typically dry, expecting it to be a little bit drier than normal. And what that means is that the abundant vegetation that's there now, it will dry out and provide available fuel for wildfires. And one of the more important things that we're seeing too is there's a developing an El Nino across the Pacific right now. One of the things that's going to happen with that is we're expecting that there's going to be an extension of the dry season a little bit longer than normal. And with that, extends the high fire risk into the normal beginning of the wet season, which would be the fall months. And looking out a little bit further than that, it's likely that the coming wet season in wintertime will also have rainfall that's below normal. So we could see some extension of these dry conditions for quite some time. Thank you.
Thank you, Derek. Mike Walker from DOFA.
Aloha mai. I'm Michael Walker. I'm the Fire Protection Forester with Department of Land and Natural Resources, Division of Forestry and Wildlife. 25% of Hawaii is covered in invasive fire-adapted grasses. And while these grasses are flammable year-round, they can produce extreme fire danger in these times of drought that impact our homes, our livestock, and our forested watersheds. So during this upcoming drought season, we just want to encourage the public to be fire-wise and fire-safe, maintain vegetation around your homes, be mindful of where you pull over and idle or park over dry grasses, and be especially careful when welding or doing other hot work this summer. And please refrain from doing it in high wind conditions. Mahalo.
Thank you, Mike. Talmadge?
Hi, good afternoon. Talmadge Magno with Hawaii County Civil Defense. My message today is basically Civil Defense's responsibility is to get alerts and messaging out to the public. You need to be aware of how to get our messages. You choose the best way you want to receive it, whether text, email, or phone call. You can go to the county website to access our Everbridge site to receive those messages. In accordance with our messages, we'll also start to introduce a new system, advisory system, color-coded, with language that's similar to what other products that we use, basically replicating what the National Weather Service puts out as far as watch warnings and advisories. So look forward to that this season. Thank you.
Darwin.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Assistant Fire Chief Darwin Okinaka with the Hawaii Fire Department. And with the upcoming drought season, weather outlook, there is concern for wildfires, and understanding, especially in the areas that's really prone to wildfires. We want to make sure everybody is safe. If you live in an area that is prone to wildfires, we want to make sure that you understand how you can prepare yourselves and keep your home safe. The fire department isn't going to be able to respond to every need that is out there. We're going to do our best, mainly to protect life and property, but we're going to have to maintain the incident also. So we may not be able to respond to every incident that is out there, or every person's home, I should say. So knowing how to take care of your homes and prepare your homes to prevent wildfire and ignitions at your home is very important. So if you can go to hawaiiwildfire.org and utilize, there's a lot of resources there that you can use to educate yourselves and keep your home safe. With that, just maintain everybody's diligence and vigilance out there and be safe. Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. And Elizabeth, virtually.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Well, this is the 8th year of the Wildfire and Drought Lookout statewide wildfire preparedness campaign. And as you see, it's led by all of our fire and forestry agencies in the state and also many other partners. And we came together because we think it's important for everyone in Hawaii to know that Hawaii is among the most fire-prone states in the United States, and that there's a role that each of us play toward wildfire preparedness and safety. And wildfire is not like other disasters where we have no control. Wildfires are caused by both human ignitions and by fuels, and both of those can be reduced and managed. And we need to make sure that we are not starting fires and we're managing our fuels in both residential areas and natural areas. So first, we want everyone to know that there's a community firewise program available for neighborhoods that want to take action together. And to complement that program, Hawaii Fire Department and Hawaii Wildfire Management Organization are partnering to pilot a large landowners wildfire working group on Hawaii Island. And over time, we hope to extend that to be a working group statewide. And what that will allow for is peer learning. We're going to build capacity for wildfire planning and mitigation on larger tracts of land to complement our community risk reduction programs. And we'll be connecting landowners and land managers to grant opportunities to assist them with fuels management projects. And together with residential action that you can take to be careful not to start fires and to shore up and mitigate around your home and yard and work with your family on evacuation planning. In addition to the larger tracts of lands, together we can all reduce wildfire risk across Hawaii. And it takes everyone. So thank you in advance for being careful this season and doing what you can around your home and yard, around your community, with your friends and family, so that we can all be wildfire ready and we can be wildfire safe. Thank you.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Darwin, I had to take a phone call. Did you address the home assessment program at all?
Not specifically.
Could you come up and just do that? Because the media will receive some information about that in the printed material. So no worries.
Hello, Darwin Kinaka again with the Hawaii Fire Department. One thing I did not mention is the home assessment programs that is available for Firewise communities out there. If you do live in a Firewise community, you have access to free home assessments, utilizing assessors that have been trained to go out and look at different risk factors around your home and how you can prepare your home to be better prepared for wildland fires and actually fires encompassing, encroaching onto your home and keeping your home safe to minimize or hopefully alleviate your home, being catching on fire, basically. Thanks.
Thanks, Darwin. And Elizabeth, if we get segue back to you real quickly, how do people sign up to get involved in the Firewise program, but also if you're in a Firewise community, sign up for the free home assessments?
So all of that information is available on our website, hawaiiwildfire.org. And there are different pages there are resources that everyday homeowners can take. We have the Firewise program and all of the details related to how to get involved with that on another page. And then we have a link to sign up for one of the free home assessments. So everything is all in one place on the Hawaii Wildfire website.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Okay, with that, we'll take questions. John from the Hawaii Tribune Herald.
I have a question for Elizabeth. Who are the large landowners who have signed up to be a part of your working group?
Well, right now we developed the curriculum, we developed the plan, we shored up the partnership with Hawaii Fire Department and Hawaii Wildfire Management Organization. And then now, basically, Fire Department and ourselves, we've made the list, and now we're starting to call and reach out and invite them. So we developed the program first, and now we are working on inviting any large landowners who want to be involved to come and participate.
Can you tell me who's on that list?
It's everyone on Hawaii Island that owns more than 1% of the island in terms of land area. So it's quite a list.
Thank you.
Thanks, John. Questions from our virtual participants? Just jump in. And for those of you who joined late, we're recording it, and as soon as this is over with, we'll send out the recording with the news release as well. So, any questions from online folks?
Something in the chat.
Let me check the
Hello. This is Mark with Hawaii News Now. Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Hi, thank you very much for having me and doing this. This is a question for Mike from DLNR. The question is kind of just, can you discuss the notion that, it really doesn't take much when you're dealing with these dry conditions here for a fire to start? And also to, what kind of position does it put the first responders in? Because I just think back to last year and kind of how out of control those fires had gotten and, just really escalated over an extended period of time.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, like Elizabeth mentioned, well over 99% of the fires that are started in Hawaii are human caused. And that doesn't necessarily mean arson. It can just be misuse of equipment, parking or idling your car on dry grass on the roadside, or it can be malevolent. People will go out and intentionally starting fires, and that really puts a stress not only on the county fire departments, but also the state responders as well. Because when we're involved in fighting these fires, fire department may not be available to take other calls, or it puts a strain on their response. And also with the state responders, we're no longer doing our jobs out in the forests and the watersheds, protecting those those precious resources. We're involved and in suppressing the fire. So that takes our time away from doing our jobs and puts a strain on our county first responders as well.
Thank you, Mike. And Sam?
Once again, you've been listening to a live news conference out of the Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency over there in Hilo, talking about the drought and dry season outlook. Of course, during these hot summer months, wildfires, the threat of wildfires are severely high, and they are turning to the public to remind everyone to do their part in preventing the spread of wildfires. The simple things you can do include cutting back dry vegetation around your house and making sure that when you're using tools, equipment, even barbecuing, you are doing it in a safe area away from dry grass. It doesn't take a lot to start a massive fire. Now, of course, we did see some severe wildfires in recent years, including one that barreled through Waimea on Hawaii Island. It damaged so many lives there, especially for the cattle ranchers, as their land was just completely blackened by all of these flames. As you heard, our Mark Carpenter was listening into this news conference, and he is working on turning the story for later editions of Hawaii News Now. We're going to wrap things up here in the H&N Digital Center. I'm Dylan Ancheta. Thanks again for tuning in. Have a great afternoon.